السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته. الحمد لله رب العالمين والصلاة والسلام على سيدنا محمد النبي الأمي وعلى آله وصحبه أجمعين. The brothers and sisters, السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته. Welcome all of you with your program Fatwa Live that comes to you on the 15th of September. That comes to you from Mishka Center in Houston, Texas. The first question I would like to ask about fatwa about divorce for harm. It was issued in behalf for my wife from an Islamic institution. Even though there's witnesses, there is magic that's for to separate the family. We found some magic issues inside the masjid, and there's like papers as far as the number of the family members and black paper. You could see the effect on my kids, and I did the ruqya on them, and there is a certified letter from the raqi. My wife, she refused the ruqya. She put her hand in her ears and she closed the room when we hear it. When we spray the house with the water, and she said she cannot stay there. I could not she could not get this in Egypt. She tried 3 times in the United States to show harm and to get protection, and I have what proved to me. I asked her to do the divorce after sitting down on the financial institution and my kids and to follow the ruqya, and she thought that's an insult, and I accusing her of illusion. She complained that her clothes are not there in the house. So I asked her to stay in her period in her house. She refused and she left the house. And her family considered her a divorce. They refused to sit down. They accused me of a person who is abusing the religion. And I asked about the consultation before divorce, the arbitration, and it could be with the following Allah's Azza's order. If they want to separation in agreement with consultation, not a problem. With all of that, the Islamic gave 1 week and then they showed the divorce. And that was enough for her to say that she don't feel safe. And I showed some papers that show that she loves me. She can't live without me. So I want to know the rules in this matter. What is the correction of this divorce? Well, there is some evidence of magic involved. And there is no harm, and all the accusations is false. And to force a woman for consultations and for the about her leaving the house, consider herself divorced, and her kids needs her. So the answer, may Allah ease your hardship and to help you and to bring peace and tranquility in your life. It's not our affair to commit of rules that happen from an Islamic institution. We do not put these decisions. We are a place of fatwa only. And what you have said is a dispute between 2 sides, between you and the arbitration area or the Islamic Center. They did not have the proof of magic, even though you have some brought evidence. Why? you ask that arbitration area. It was not proven, and they did not make it according to that. And you say it is proven, and you have proofs, and you're making a decision according to that. Again, this is about facts. There's experts that you go to the witnesses and the expert, not to the mufti. And the judge, he will decide after he hear from the witnesses and the expert. Wallah, and Allah, and let the judge of earth fear the judge of the heavens. If it is proven, then there is a magic, then it did not happen. The divorce did not happen. But this website here that we have is not a place to put us as arbitrators between you and the arbitrator from an Islamic center. So bring fatwas right and left about it's not going to benefit, because they say it was not proven there is magic. So they could look into that matter from that point of view. But about forcing the woman for the ruqya is part of the first issue, because the magic, if it is exist between her and sitting down, and she should be advised. But no person has the power to force her to it, because she could be hating to live with him, and she wants the khula and to send back his dowry, or she's in harm, so she's asking separation for the harm. If there is a proof of the harm, but she considers herself a divorcee, that's not accepted. If she's using the civil court, that's wrong, because that one does not take the Islamic part of it, because only the husband or the Islamic Shar part. So if she listened to the Islamic Center and their decision, that it could be a possibility, and you have to look into it. That the divorce had to be on acceptance between them with this ayah. It's not a correct one, because Allah is talking about the fitam. Because if you read the opinion of it, the mothers, they breastfeed their kids 2 years for those who want to finish the breastfeeding, and they get their expenditure. No woman will be harmed with her son, vice versa, and the inheritance the same. So if they wanted separation with an acceptance and consultation, it's not a problem. And if you want to have another woman to breastfeed, it is okay if you accepted what they have given in goodness, and fear Allah, and know that Allah of what you're doing is very. So what that means, if they want to separation, they wanted to stop the breastfeeding of the kids, that's with consultation between them. And this is what is meant in this ayah, not the way you interpret it. So again, I'll ask Allah Azza wa Jal to bring peace and harmony between you. And the last thing about the expenditure, Allah did not put numbers on it or percentage. He said in goodness. And the goodness, what is known between people. It's not applying that goodness. It depends on the and this is a human effort or the court effort. It goes to the expert and what is known in the community and the society. May Allah show us the guidance. The final question, a while ago. I need your directions into something that bother me, my conscience. I want me and my family to do Umrah. I feel concerned that our prayers is accepted. We have a loan. Between 2020 and 2021, my parents and my sister, they rented somewhere in New York, and I was a guarantor for that. Yeah, I never lived with them, but I was a cosigner. And my father went through hardship, and he made partial payment. He asked to get the help in COVID that covered for a month 7,600. The owner, he refused in the beginning, and he tried to make it very hard on us through lower stuff. At the end, the he accepted that payment. There was $8,600 left, and the lawyer told us let's settle between the lawyers because he could not pursue it with the, and we have to be evicted. Our lawyer refused to pay anything because of the attitude of the owner or landlord. But my dad wants to pay his loan for the sake of Allah. My question, which one is correct? Are we obligated to pay that number? And do we have to do it immediately? Or through intermediate so we do not have contact? Or donate it to, can you apologize to him? Even though my dad, he went through a lot with that landlord for over 7 months. Even if we pay, he was not going to apologize. So we still have 1.5 days before we travel. Can we, to solve this problem, after we come back from Umrah, I want to act in a way that pleases Allah. The answer, the rights of people will not be free except with judgment or forgiveness. Like you pay it back or forgiveness. And people are supposed to give ease for those who are going through hardship. So he has taken you to court and he got partial of his payment. And he still has some more that he did not follow through the court. So that does not mean his rights are gone, even if the lawyers advise somewhere else. But if he accepted the settlement with the offer of the lawyer, then it is okay because he is a representative of that person. The lawyer, his lawyer, is representative of him. So whatever the lawyer agrees on, it's an agreement from the person. I see that you give him his money if it was not settled, as you said with the lawyer. what is not given up about his right to free yourself and guard yourself at the day of judgment. You don't need, there is no need for apology. It's by returning back the money that is more better than any apology. If it takes a longer time, it is okay to delay it until you come back, and you have to give it back if with no hesitation, inshallah. Can a masjid make a reserved parking lot so they could make more money from the masjid? Can the masjid sells the parking designated with numbers and sell it to individuals? The waqf is to keep the things and to spread the, so you don't sell, you don't give, and it's not inherited. If it was not like that, there will be no masjid that exists until now. Otherwise, you'll see the masjid sold just like the churches. So you don't buy, sell, nor give as a gift. But if there is an interest to sell part of it, to establish the place, to spend on it, and there is no way to do that except through that selling that part. That's what the norm. You only get to it if there is a need. What is the rule about the person who do not pray in the masjid, uh, not even the Eid? The congregation with the group, you supposed to prostrate with the rakain, with the prostrators, and to pray where the because this is the sunnah of guidance. But about the acceptance and for avoiding, the prayer is accepted, but he has missed a lot of the reward. And the Eid is, if it is opened and the prayer is performed, with our advice, to prostrate with those who prostrate and to worship Allah in His house, because Allah would honor those who come and visit Him. And when He stays with the Eid, with the Muslims, because it is the Prophet ﷺ, he emphasized on that. He even ordered the women who are having their Eid to go to the Eid prayers, to witness the goodness and the call of the Muslims. They just avoid the place of the prayers. May Allah put the guidance in your heart. Ameen. The question about sitting after Fajr until the sun rises and to pray the ruku' of and to get the Umrah. You're supposed to like pray after 15, or you could wait the dhikr as long as you want, then you pray after an hour. Well, of course, if you stay as long as you want, and keep remembering of Allah as much as you want, as you want, as Allah, and conclude it with 2 rak'ahs of the duha. That is the most beautiful thing you could do. Who said the Prophet ﷺ prayed immediately? That is when it happened. This is the sunnah. That is why the alhamdulillah. Don't pray it before the 15 minutes. After 15 minutes, this is the start of the time of the sunrise, which is the duha. سبحانك رب الحمد نشهد أن لا إله إلا أنت نستغفرك ونتوب إليك. إن شاء الله we'll continue in a couple hours.